Hi viewers, we're in the jungle. Well, we might as well be. We're in a warm house and there's some things I want to show you that I haven't seen for ages, and well, I don't think you've seen them at all because I've not flowered them. So I just need to get round in front of what I've set up in here, and believe me, there isn't much room because of where I've put it, but we will do it and we will get our plants, except one of them is right over there. Let's prop him up there and let's prop you up there. Now, what I seem to have only done for quite a while is just look at what's happening. And I'm going to try and get back to filming regularly. The trouble with that now is that I'm stuck for time because it's getting so hot out here. We've got some amazing weather at the moment for the Jubilee weekend. And of course I can only come out here in the mornings because it's way too hot in the afternoon. So before I start spraying out here, I thought I'd get this done quickly, if ever anything is quick out here, because you start looking and you find things to do. Now, this is one, I need my book for this because it's not one I remember the details of, because it's not one I chose. It's one I inherited from one of our members at Wessex, Graham, when he passed away. One of the ones that came from his greenhouse. Now, what I need to do, let's find a pot to lean it on first, because then we can zoom in on it. On the flower, hopefully. Maybe not if I don't use a big enough pot. But what we've got, that's better, look at those. Truly beautiful flowers. And I'd never grown this before. It's a part of the Oncidium family, according to the research I did. And literally it was on this mount with no name. All we knew was it was a Lockhartia. But it was one of the more common ones available. You can get them. Not that we'd be able to get them here in the UK anymore, but to have out of somebody's greenhouse, it's quite remarkable. And you can see, look, it grows these. We've got new growth there. These two back here are new for this year. These ones were last year's, which haven't flowered yet, and these paler ones are the older leaves, and every single one of them has flowered. So I'm guessing next year we will have even more. Now if I put you up here, go like that, we can zoom in on those ones while I start guessing. There. I do think they're sensational. Now it's called Lockhartia oestedii. That's O-E-R-S-T-E-D-I-I. Likes to be shaded. Says it can be grown cool to warm. Has to grow here, which is my minimum of 15, 16 degrees in winter, which is hardly warm, but it's the warmest it's going to get. Says it can be grown cool to warm. I've got another one over there that I'm waiting to see if it flowers. I don't think it's going to flower this year. It would have done so, but it's got lots of new growth coming, and it might be ready to flower next year. It comes from Costa Rica and Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico and Panama. Likes very high humidity all year round. So it's very easy to look after on this mount. It does its own thing. I just water it, it gets on with it. I've literally done nothing with this one. It was on this mount when I got it, and it stayed there. So the roots have grown into the bark. I suppose at some point I will need to put some more moss on there, but I haven't done so yet. So it's getting on for 2 years now that it's been in this greenhouse. Cultivated plants don't need much water when growth stops in the autumn. You just keep them ticking over for the winter. But I just love the way these grow on these very dainty stems, and the growths actually come out of each part of the fan. Really unusual and really nice. But hopefully once I've flowered the other one and know the name of it to see if it's different, if it's the same as this, I will let one go in the UK. But until I know, I will keep on growing it on. Now, another one that surprised me, and I didn't expect it to, so I'm looking for something to prop it up on here. Let's get that out of zoom. This is a dinky. Doesn't come much smaller. And it's another one of the Ornithocephalus powellii. I love it, I've decided. I have decided I love it. But what I love more than anything else, let me just lay that there, like that. Then let me do that. Let's see. No, I need to drop you down again. There you go. Have you ever seen anything that beautiful on an orchid? Because I haven't. And I thought green flowers, it's just odd. But it is truly beautiful. And God, it's very warm in here. I just love the structure. It's like a fan arm, rotor, whatever you want to call it. It's got more to open, 2 more to open there. It looks like something's eaten flowers that were there, but I couldn't find out much about it. Apart from the fact that it comes from Costa Rica and Panama, likes to grow in the shade. The group it is in, believe it or not, is Lycastes, Zygos and Stanhopeia. It's an Epidendroidii, is the classification. Grows epiphytically quite high, 3,300 feet. And as you can see, it's a miniature sized plant. The information I have says it grows hot to warm. Well, it is so delicate, and these fans, look at the structure of them. And that single growth it's put out, I didn't expect it to do that. I bought this in, it's one of the ones that came from, she says, Schwerters. When we're doing that last Schwerter order, Roger had some off of. And because I'd had that lovely one off of that, again, of Graham's plants, I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get another one. And I picked it, that was the only one they had there. So I just picked it, didn't look at what flower it was, and I've been pleasantly surprised. I love it. I think you will agree, it is very interesting. So, again, with the 2-fan growth, it'll be interesting to see when the new one will come up. It's very dry there, but it's like on a wedge of moss. Everything's growing onto that Stop. Just stay still, you thing. Clay tile. I like the clay tiles, as you know, but it's really, really good. I love it. Now what we've also got up here that's flowering its socks off, which we don't see, we only see it once a year. It's Dendrobium, it's supposed to be Violaceum blue. Doesn't look blue to me, but it will have to go down. It looks pink. I love the structure of these because they've got like this lovely centre. It's the one thing that I love about this plant. It's settled down really well on here, but it's not Violacea blue, which is annoying really because I paid a lot of money for that because it was the blue one. And here's my ordinary one, which is the same as that one. I'm going to take it out of this year because I put it in coconut husk to give it a go last year, and I have no flowers at all. So we need to do something about that this year. Because it was these, and this is another one, recovery one of Graham's, which is Findlayanum, which came on this. It's the one that, as I said before, Alan recovered, which is why we've got all these dead growths on here. But I was beginning to, I'm going to cut them off, I won't cut them off now. I was beginning to wonder if it would put up a new growth. Well, we've got an extra growth, an extra part of the plant that's branched off down here because the middle bit's gone. And we've got a growth on there which has now got live roots. I had the flowers on this, which you saw, but I'll put a pop up so that you can see them with the plant. But in the back here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more new shoots. So I'm really happy. What is going to become a problem pretty soon, because these roots are all growing into this bark. But I think what I'll do to start with is put some more moss down the bottom here and put a bit of moss across there to keep the moisture up. But I don't want to disturb it because of the way it's now growing. So I'm really pleased we've kept it going and I can carry on and flower it again. Now the other one is one of mine that I've had for a couple of years. It was quite a tatty plant when I got it. Hasn't done much. But you've seen Roger's big one of this and his awarded plant of Findlayanum. Well, that's what this is. Only it was quite ropey when I got it, but I wanted Findlayanum and it's hard to get hold of. And I actually got it from Trey Sanders. But whilst we haven't had flowers, it has grown on these growths. That's old growth, again old. It's grown on these canes from last year. And now we've got lots of active new roots growing. But in here, we've got more new stuff coming. So I'm hoping before too long, got a green root tip coming out there. I'm pretty sure that's a root. I'm sure it's not a growth coming out there, but it's hard to tell. That is so obviously a root, and I think that is too. But time will tell. So we've got to get these grown on, and we may get flowers next year on these 3. But I'm pleased that he's looking so good. What's very bizarre is I think the slugs have been eating the tips of the roots, because there are no tips to those roots, which is a bit annoying. We need to stop that in its heyday. Now we'll take you off here again, hopefully without wobbling you about all over the place, because the other ones that I was worried weren't going to put up new growth was my oh Lord, what's it called? He's over there. Spectably. But if we go there, and if we do that, you can see down there he's got 2 new growths off of here and a new growth off of the growths that flowered this year. So hopefully he is going to do well this year. And the other one that I wanted to see, if I ever get around, I'm going to get rid of this blasted Vanda. It gets in my way. Everything gets in my way. Over the back there, we've got new growth on, what's it called, Tiongii. But what I haven't seen yet, if I can get this in the right position, and you can see in there, I haven't seen any new growth put out for Chrysotoxum. So jury's still out on that one, but we will wait and see. These blooms is the first time blooming for this. Look at the state of it. Flowers are going over. Glomeratum. Flowers are going. But that's okay because we've got more on one. There. New canes coming up on, new flowers coming up on old canes which haven't flowered before. On Glomeratum. We'll never tire of those, I don't think, not ever. If we get out of there, we've got, I don't think we've got anything doing anything there. So I need to pack this in now and get on with some watering before it gets very warm. Before it gets very warm, it is very warm. I've moved Unicum now into the intermediate house, and all of the ones there have got flowers on now. So the dendrobiums are doing okay, and the Tolumnia I put up there, if we do that, we can do that. He's flowering as well. So I am quite impressed, but the other thing that didn't look as though it was going to flower because I took my eye off the ball was my lovely Aurantiflamium. And I've now taken it off of the high. It's just too hot up in the roof for it. And I've got some dead canes to sort out, but it's going to outdo itself for flowers this year. They're all coming together, and we've got them on this spike, the old spikes. It's flowering on the old spikes, so I'm not going to cut these off until we get brittle ones. None of the ones with leaves on are flowering, and there aren't many with leaves on, but what we've got, and I need to keep an eye on, is the two new growths that are there, and grow them on. But it's okay, it's all doable. So things have been moving around in here, and what I've also got, I'll show you as a quick one, is the first Neo has flowered, Gojo Fukurin, and so thereby starts the journey, but we'll update these separately. Oh, that's the other thing. Don't think you've seen yet. You have to go up in the roof. Dendrobium parishii. Not sure it's true parishii. Question mark. We get it down actually. Out of the roof. See if we can focus on the frilly flowers. I'm not so sure that's a true parishii. It's not as dark as it looks, they're very pale. But again, we've got 3, 4, 5 new growths. So whatever is it's pretty. But I'm pretty sure it's not a parishii. Perhaps somebody else out there may have an opinion. A little stripy there. Right, go in. I'm going to stop waffling. Waffling, stop is what I'm going to do. I've managed to keep this going for 23 minutes, Lord knows how. But I'll get it processed over the weekend so that you can see those new plants. And, oh, let's stand in front of that fan because I'm a bit warm. I'll update you soon on other things. So thanks for watching. Have a good Platinum Jubilee weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now.